Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a bloody long time since I last did a video. I think the last time I did a video was July last year, so it's been, I don't know, 15 months with work, the baby, everything like that. It's just, I just haven't had time, and also it's building the motivation to do a video. I spend all my time in this house because I work at home. I spend all the evenings here, I don't really go out. The last thing I really want to do is get my camera equipment out, set up a video. So over the last couple of weeks, I've kind of built myself up to this moment. So I think, what can I do a video about? What kind of topic should I talk about? Everyone needs lights, so I thought, okay, let's do that. So what I thought is, I don't like spending too much money on equipment. I know it's a bit weird. I'd rather spend more money on cameras than I would on lights, which is probably the wrong way of doing it. Hence why I've got such a selection of budget lights. Some are good, some are okay, some... Oops. So this video is just a quick run through of what lights I've got and how I use them, what I like about them, what I don't, how much they cost, stuff like that. I've recently bought a couple of new lights from Amazon that I like. I think they're good purchase, they've got some really good features, and for the money they cost, I think they might surprise you in what they can do. Okay, right, so the first light we've got is probably my oldest light, is an Andua. So it's just a normal LED panel light. It runs off of these Sony batteries, the NP-F330, and I liked it. It was my first light I got, and obviously when you get a new bit of equipment you love it, you think it's the best thing ever. Then I started seeing its downfalls. So there's three controls. You've got on off and warm hues and blue hues, cool hues. Cool? It's cool, isn't it? So turn it on, there's an LED status at the back so you have how much charged in your battery. But then you have to turn up each side of the light individually. I don't really want to point it at the camera because I'll blind you. But as you can see, so if I put all the cool side down and just keep going up and up and up, that's the warm side. And then we go cool side to give you, that's its maximum brightness, which isn't a bad brightness, as you can see. And then you come back down and there's your cool side. Again, it's a really nice light, but my only problem is you can't retain the white balance on it. So it's either, so if I want to get, let's say 5500K, I don't know where that is. I just have to guess. But then I can't just set it at that and then just adjust the brightness, because you have to do both at the same kind of time, which is a bit annoying. But this one, when I first got it, was £30 on Amazon, no, eBay, but that didn't include the battery. I had to buy the battery separate. I'm not a Sony user, so I had to buy these batteries separately. So I've had to buy them for this, for another light, and for my field monitor as well. So I had them, but I'd prefer it if the battery was built in. I like the idea, it's a good idea having a battery that can be replaced, but this isn't that light for me. This is chuck it in your bag and have it when you're out and about. So that's not bad. 30 quid. Back then, so this was about 3 or 4 years old. I think there's an actual video on this channel for this light. Right. So next one I bought. Fancied a cube light. Here is that cube light. It's waterproof, which is great. It comes in with a nice little dome diffuser. It's like a Lume Cube copy, but a lot cheaper. Comes with a threaded mount at the bottom, a screw in the back, which you unscrew, gets you your charging port, which is micro USB. You screw that back in, and it's supposedly waterproof. I've never used it waterproof in water, so I wouldn't know. I like this light, it's nice. The build quality feels solid. It feels like a chunk of metal. The only problem I have with it, it's so bright, and there's only 2 levels. So you've got off, medium, and high. Although I've replaced that with off, high, and what? Oops. So okay, right. So this is the highest. This is low. and that does flashing. I don't know why you would do flashing. I would never use that in any kind of video. One thing this does do well though is red and blue. I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, but this is, it almost blinds you when you see it. So once you unscrew that, then we'll put it back on bright, and as you can see from the shadows it's creating, it's quite a harsh light. There's no colour adjustment or anything like that, there's no app. It's just a bog standard, rechargeable, supposedly waterproof light. I think I paid £30 for this one as well. This was about, again, 3 or 4 years ago. It served me quite well. The battery life over time has diminished quite a bit. I used to get just over an hour on it, but now 15, 20 minutes. So if ever I'm using it, I generally have it plugged in on a power bank. The one good thing I actually did like about this light is it comes with like a tube, like deflector kind of thing. So it kind of focuses in all the light, which is quite nice, because this, when it's dark, this spreads the light everywhere. I mean, like, it would fill this room. But again, 30 quid. If I wanted Lume Cube features, I should have paid Lume Cube money. But again, it's about budget lights. Okay, so the next one I got was this panel light. It's quite big. I mainly got this because I've got 2 big lights. And to set up a video, a YouTube video, and I've got a kid running around, I don't want to start having to get big lights out all the time. So I got this thinking, this could be my saviour. It runs on mains, and again, same batteries as the black light back there. It has a digital readout which tells you what Kelvin you are, and the brightness and the power. So at the moment, right, it's off. So here, I'll put it at the top of that camera there. As you can see, there's a digital readout. There you go. So at the moment, I'm on 5600K, 0%. So you start turning it up. It's actually quite a nice bright light. And then you can go down in temperature, and that's down to 3200K. My only problem with it is, I don't think that temperature setting on here is correct. Because it goes from 3200, sorry if I'm making anyone feel sick, up to 5600. But 5600, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like that's white to me. It may look differently on here because I've had to set my cameras up in a different way, but as you can probably see on that, it does give a nice brightness, it gives a nice light, but it's just the colour temperature always seems a little bit off. So I always have to do a little bit more work in post on that one. It's quite a heavy duty light, it doesn't come with the batteries, and again it cost me 30 quid. Which isn't a bad deal actually. To be honest, I should have bought 2 of them, because it would have replaced these 2 a bit better, but I've only ever used one. I've always struggled with it a little bit. But now knowing that I'm a little bit off with the colour light, the whiteness of it, I do struggle a little bit. So I don't use it that often. If ever I use it as kind of a key light or something like that. Okay, so the next one. This one I bought for my camera bag because I always like having a little light on me. The black one that we did have, it's a bit too big and I wanted a rechargeable battery. So I bought this last year or the year before. This was £20 on Amazon. It's a YPP LED video light YY120. It's got a digital readout in the back. Let's just turn it off. So it's got a digital readout in the back, we'll put that there. Gives you how many hours left of charge, your battery life, your temperature, and your percentage. So at the moment I'm on, let's put it down to 5500K, which that's what these main lights are. And then we'll put it up, start putting it up. So for such a small light, I'm now at 100%. But that's telling me now that that's going to give me about 50 minutes of battery life. But as you kind of come down on it, so now I'm on 50%, that's just giving me just under 2 hours battery life. So I quite like that. And the colour temperature range goes from 3200, I'm not sure about colour, because 3200 always makes me feel a bit sick, all the way up to 5600. See, this one, the light the whiteness of the light, I feel is a lot more normal compared to the other one. So this light just gets chucked in my bag if ever I need it. It's USB-C charging. Yeah, USB-C. It's got a couple of threaded mounts. It's got a lanyard hole just in case you need it, and it's solid. It's solid. It's lovely. That just lives in my camera bag. Okay, these are the next two I bought. So I bought one of these about a month ago, and I liked it that much I went back and bought a second one. And I'm actually even considering going back to buy two more, so I've got 4 of them. They are, God, the names on these. Oops. Ulocool. Ulocool. These are from Amazon. I'm not going to tell you how much they cost just yet because I want to show you what they do. Okay, right, so you switch them out the back and they are colour LED lights. Okay, so at the moment they're both set to 37%. This one is 19 degrees, this one's 207. What they mean by degrees is the colour. So if we start pushing buttons, you'll see them colour change. All the way through the spectrum. There is a little guide on the back of the unit to tell you what percentage, what degrees is what colour. But as you can see, it goes through all the colour spectrums. So this one's red, this one's blue. So now we start going up in power. And that's them 100%. Not massively bright, but what they do is they give you a nice contrasting colour. Oh, I can't bloody see, I've been looking at lights. So as you can see on the camera there, it's red and blue. But what they also do is white light. So now we're on white light. So I've got, let me just turn this one down. The colour range on these is ridiculous. What I'll do is I'm going to show you the warmest on here and the bluest on here. Okay, so that's gone down to 2500K. That's at now 900K. So what we do is we'll start going up in percentage. That we're both about 20%. So now 100%, 100%. So as you can see, the difference in white light on those two. And then we can go back down, put them both down at 5500K, which matches my main lights. So I'm just trying to 5500, 5500. So now they match. The good thing about these is the digital readout on the back. As you can see, it's got colour, percentage, battery. They both charge. Oh, I'm going to turn them off now. They both charge on USB-C. As you can see at the back there, see the colour temperature? There's a little degree thing underneath that tells you where you are. They have cold shoe mounts 1, 2 and 3 all the way around, and a cold shoe at the bottom if you connect to your camera. It's got a tripod mount screw thing, so you can mount them together. And they've also got a magnet in the back. I haven't got anything magnetic, have I? Yeah. We've got magnets at the back. Those lights cost me £10 each off of Amazon. I've not used them long enough to see how long the battery lasts, but as long as I get 15-20 minutes out of them eventually after they kind of die, that's not bad, because I use them for toy photography and for product photography. I don't use them for anything else. So those are definitely a good buy. The other one that I like is the red one. The other 3 I'm not very keen on. But I bought those before I kind of knew about lights and what I needed and what I wanted. So my conclusion is, don't be afraid to get cheap lights, because the quality now is coming down. Well, it's coming down. The cost is coming down for what you get. I could never have dreamt 2 or 3 years ago getting a light like this that's rechargeable, USB-C, RGB and white for £10 on Amazon. Next day delivery. I could go on there now and order more. Probably going to, because I think I like the idea of having 4 of them, just to add extra depth in colour. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a little scene, take a couple of photos, just to kind of show you what I can get from these. I'm by no means the best photographer, but I enjoy what I do. So I'll take a couple of toy photos. I'm not really sure what else I've got around to take a photo of, and I'll show you those pictures after I take them, after the little montage thing you'll see in a second. So as you can see, the photos came out alright. The colours are quite nice. The colours on these are really nice. This one's a little bit too bright and just lights up everything. This is quite nice, it's really controllable. This is good if you can control it well, but it's really harder for nicotine. And this is a different kind of light. I like the idea of having that LED panel lights because these main lights are quite big. So I like the idea of that, but I think I may have to invest a little bit more money than 30 quid in them. But as you can see, I wouldn't worry about spending too much money on lights, especially if you're just an amateur like me, just messing around, taking pictures of stuff that you think is cool. But again, I'm really sorry for how long these videos have taken to come out. Just life, innit? But I promise to be doing more over the next couple of weeks. Cheers, guys.